Hello, everyone. Schoolhouse Intuitive here with a tarot and oracle card reading and channeled messages regarding Three Eye Atlas. So, you may have heard of Three Eye Atlas. It is the third interstellar object in our solar system, and Atlas refers to the telescope that found it. So, I'd like to tune in to what kind of spiritual significance Three Eye Atlas brings to the table. What sort of lessons maybe can we learn from Three Eye Atlas? So I did some channeling and I received a lot of information here. I will share that, but I think we should look at the next 3 months, really in particular, October, November, and December, and what it means for you, especially if you have Libra in your chart, because this is generally a Libra channel. So we'll look at Libra next 3 months, what it means for you in relation to the fact that we have Three Eye Atlas here too. And although Three Eye will be hiding for a little while, still. So Three Eye is just visiting, essentially. It's not bound to our sun. Okay, so that alone makes it really sort of this powerful metaphor, right? For insight, cosmic messages, soul level shifts, and the fact that our consciousness is vast, it's huge. There's no limit to it, right? We can be the ultimate dream weavers here. First oracle card, dream weaver. Okay, so this is laying foundations in manifestation. And we also have something else that came in. Our second oracle card is dodecahedron. That's 12-sided, right? So why this is coming in, I don't know. Both of these, the reason I pulled these cards beforehand is I've been getting these psychically for a while. I've been getting a few things psychically channeled for a while, and I'm here to share that with you and do a reading, of course. I'm going to connect it all for you. You'll see. But why did I hear dodecahedron when I was tuning in? I don't know. This was months ago, right? I think it was June, maybe. I'd been hearing Atlas as well for now it's well over a year. I've been hearing that for a year, channeled messages clairaudiently, and I knew it was the name of something. It wasn't just maps or wasn't about the Greek god. It was Atlas, something or someone being called Atlas, and now we know. Okay, it came in. Now we know, and that's just that's an example of my connection to the universe, and we all have it. We all have that connection. So hopefully in this reading, it gets us kind of reflecting on some of these themes, all right, that I feel Three Eye Atlas is bringing forth. Now, there's been a lot of speculation. Is Three Eye Atlas a comet? Well, it's hasn't been behaving like a comet, but I'm not a scientist. Now it seems that now it's starting to look more comet-like. I don't know. I know that it has a green light now. It was red, now it's green. I guess that's abnormal. But again, not a scientist. But green, as you know, spiritually, connecting it to our chakras, that would be your heart chakra, right? It represents a healing, growth, renewal, that sort of energy. So there's one thing. But dodecahedron, as it turns out, why I happen to have my sacred geometry cards when that came up in a meditation. And so I dug out the deck, took it out of the box. I haven't even been using these on the channel. And I had the card, dodecahedron. And I was like, and it was actually the first card that was on top. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so interesting. So out it came. And that is about all seeing and all knowing. Okay. Now, another little connection I want to make for you is Three Eye. Now, when I first saw Three Eye myself, I thought it was like third eye because there's a 3 and then the letter I. I'm clairaudient, so a lot of things I do more for sound, and I was like well, that's like third eye, right? I, not just the letter I, right? So made that connection there. So there was the connection with Atlas. There's a connection with the third eye. I feel that actually one thing with third eye, Three Eye, is that it is a third eye intelligence of some kind or activation. When I was channeling, I've also been hearing something is by design. Now, I didn't make the connection from Atlas to the by design until I thought about the fact that that's when I had dodecahedron come in. That's when I had this notion about like cosmic bliss and harmony and how we have to look for that. Um, this was a while back, a few readings, or several months ago. But again, there's something by design. Now, what I feel is by design when it comes to 3 Atlas, these are my notes from channeling. If you've had readings with me, you know that's what I do. I channel meditate beforehand, and then I write it down all messy and everything. But so something's by design. It's purposely mysterious, all right? It's purposely unfolding in a way that we can kind of make what we wish of it, right? We can choose to believe that it's something scary. We can pretend that it's, or we can choose to believe that it's a mothership coming to get us. We can choose to say, oh, it's a comet, or it's an interstellar object of some kind. But again, it has to do kind of about more about the fact that we need to reflect. This is a perfect opportunity to reflect on something that's larger than all of us, yet connects us all, right? So it's about our evolution, I feel, okay? It's about authenticity. It's about connecting beyond borders, not just, beyond, it's nothing to do with countries and nothing. We're all of Earth. We're all of the cosmos, right? So it's connecting us. At the one hand, it makes us feel potentially very insignificant and tiny, like little fleas on the earth. I've said that before on the channel. But on the other hand, it reminds us that our consciousness, our mind, and our ability to manifest and create our reality is vast. Okay, that's why we have these 2 cards out, because another thing I've been getting a lot lately is Dreamweaver, and I didn't know why. And now it's making sense. I'm able to put some things together. These are all 2s, by the way. So that's 2, 2, 2. And that does have to do with balance and harmony. I just saw that now. So let me actually get out the card here for this. We'll get a lot more cards. Don't worry. We'll talk about, month to month too, some common themes. But first I wanted to do the channel message. So this is about expansion, your spirit, mind, and soul growing. And that's one thing that I feel that 3i is helping us expand and also and grow, all expand together as a collective. But it's also helping us, just the mere presence of it, regardless of what it is, right? I think it's also connecting unlike things that maybe haven't wanted to work together or haven't really found commonality yet, such as the field of science and then there's spirituality. So it's like, that's really cool, that merging. So I'm excited that that's even happening. We have scientists, even on YouTube, some of them talking about topics of spirituality, and they haven't before, not until 3i. So, and not, I mean, some people made the connection, but many haven't until now. So I feel that alone is like, hey, thanks 3i, right? So I also feel that one question that comes up is, would we be proud if we found out that 3i is a cosmic eye or a mothership or whatever watching us, some sort of alien intelligence, if it's watching us, right? Would we be proud? And if we're not, what can we do to change it so that we are? Okay. One reason too, something is by design, I feel, is because it wants us to remember that we are ultimately in charge of our own reality. We control it. So 3i can be born of fear and anxiety, or it can be something that we choose to look to for inspiration. And again, like I said, to somehow resonate with the energy and connect, right? So it reminds us too that we're not alone, right? We're part of this vast yet very interconnected world. Okay, so the other thing is there's this energy of like spiritual evolution. See, yeah, they have me right, spirit evolution and revolution, because that was one thing I was getting for 2025 in general, was evolution, revolution, all that. But is 3i responding to us in some way? I don't know. That's something else to think about. But there's also the fact that, I feel it's interesting. This is happening right when AI is really taking off, right? It's been around a little while, but now it's like everyone's talking about it. It's going to be huge, right? And so we have 3I, then we have AI. There's just something there for me that's like really interesting, as far as our own intelligence and just limitlessness and things. The information's out there, right? They also, I did get the message, take off the blindfold, something can't be ignored. I did get that before, okay, in this like when I was doing the meditation. I heard about releasing ourselves from mental limitations and constructs such as time and space. We are not bound. Energy is not bound by time or space. There's something about embracing the sacredness of this mystery and the fact that like this is so cool, this whatever this is, this interstellar object. And I know a lot of us as spiritual folks, we're connected to the star. We feel it. We feel that connection to the star. And we've been having the star card come out for so long, right? So, and you think about what comets are, they are messengers. They're just visiting. It's like powerful energy just coming through. And I feel that 3I is asking us to remember, hey, folks, we're only here temporarily too. It's over in a flash, right? So how can we, again, not just would 3I be proud of us, or would be proud of what we're showing to this intelligence, but are we proud? Are we proud of what we're doing? How we're living our lives, right? This reminds us too that time's non-linear. All right. It's like past, present, and future can exist all at once. That's why if you work with energy yourself, you do readings and things like that, you know that sometimes it's really hard to get timelines on things, and because, or if you're picking up on past or the future or the present, because it can be all one, can really be just all balled up together. So let's see what else I have here. There's some possibly this notion of it being a bridge. I was getting to look up. Remember, I've been getting that in readings. And it's now I kind of understand why. Look up, yes. Look up, here I am, right? 3I Atlas. But then also, maybe it's like look on the bright side, like look up, thing like look up, instead of having your head down, like be aware too. Be aware and maybe look for the positives and things. Although I know that can be hard, but I'm just getting you what I channeled, okay? So yeah, there's something about just this all seeing and all knowing, right? That's the dodecahedron, reminding me of what it said on the card. Got it. And then also there's the fact that it's 3, it kind of makes me feel like I was getting this energy and actually hearing it because I've been hearing We the People for months. I mean, for the whole year, I've heard We the People, specifically for September and October. If you remember, where's that notebook? Oh, here's that notebook. This was from when I did the 2025 session, looking into 2025. And so tuning into September and October, the energies were combined. They were merged. It was the only time period that wasn't just one single month. September and October wanted to be merged together. And I have global push moment. There's some sort of big movement. There's death and rebirth that came in on its side. There's something about the right people in the right time. The people was coming in. It came in quotes. There are changes, losses, wins, changes of power, even September, October. All right. There's the energy gaining momentum. Justice came out. I have spiritual lessons are a theme. Law, sacrifice. That's all a theme. It's not about outdoing the opponent anymore. I was getting that. For October half, which again, they want to be on together, but there's a decision time. It's a global decision. Okay, I literally got this like last November. And so there's a global decision, or something uniting us globally, okay? There's change here. We had the 3 of Pentacles. We had the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles again. So this is also, I had travel, I had something about results, and there's a move, there's a push, some sort of big push happening. So I feel like there's a lot of energy moving. and people are going to feel kind of pushed beyond their limits in some ways, and it could be in this sort of like collective consciousness kind of way, and just reminding us, like, don't limit yourself. There's a reason we have mysteries. Embrace, again, that sacredness of the fact that we don't know everything. Wouldn't that take the fun out of it if we just knew everything, right? And I heard also too about 3i when it directly spoke to me. We're already here. Okay, we're within you. I don't know if I said this already. Okay, sorry if I did, but we're within you. We're here. We're around you. It's already here. The energy of 3i is already here. It's been in our energy forever. Okay, we're just noticing the physical object, the physicality of it. All right. So I really feel there are a lot of messages to be learned, lessons to be learned. That it's about what you make of it, right? As I said, with the fear versus love, something could unite or separate. It's like about perspective, and so that's what I had. And I might get more messages as we're tuning in, but I wanted to share that with you. I've been really excited about 3i and wanting to do something about it, but I had to be in the right energy. I had to really feel it. I can't fake it. There's a big theme this year, remember, about authenticity, and that's going to become even more important. I keep saying it. I've been saying it for a long time on the channel that it's really, there's going to be so much unmasking and revealing. And one of the big reveals in the universe is 3i, right? Like, where did it come from? Why is it here? Why is it that it's going to be hiding when it reaches its perihelion, which is when it's closest to the sun on October 29th? And then it won't be visible. It won't be visible from Earth during that time. Again, I feel it's by design. That's why they were giving me by design. Months ago, I channeled by design, by design. It's about 3i. I know that now. I'm sure of it. Okay. So is dodecahedron. How that's going to play out, why it's like that, I don't know. Because what I saw as far as the shape of 3i, it's more like that, like cocoonish kind of like, yeah, and it's rock. And anyway, so it's not like a perfect dodecahedron. So why that's on there, I do not know. Why I was getting dodecahedron. And then, like I said, I pulled my sacred geometry cards because these are things that I have been channeling, Dreamweaver and dodecahedron. And so that's why those are there. And I didn't even know they existed in the sacred geometry deck. It's like one of those things that it was like, wow, what a synchronicity. I channel it and I'm like, hey, I just brought my sacred geometry deck over from my house. Okay, well, let me look. And there it was. So anyway, also October. So as far as Libras, it does feel like it's a time when you might be feeling pressure to release and recalibrate. All right, so we've been getting that kind of remove our energy, reset, recharge, renew. But let's get some cards on it, right? That's why we're here. Get some cards. All right, what else? And I'm sure I'm going to be doing more. I'll be talking more about 3i, and it's just, I feel it's very exciting. It's something very exciting. And again, regardless of what it is, it's giving us this time and this reason to unite in some way and be like, and reflect and just reflect as a species. Let's see. All right, let's see. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's not it. I saw the card that said good luck. It had a horseshoe on it. Whoa. Oh my gosh. And then it just flew out. Okay, it just came out. So there it is. Good luck. So luck's on your side. Everything you touch will turn into gold and masterpieces. Again, it's so much about laying foundations and manifestations. Okay. What is it that we want? Yeah, some sort of cosmic messenger. That's what it feels like. Reminds us, right, that we're not alone. And speaking of which, you have soulmates, say yes, and answers. Okay. We're not alone. We're not going to be forgotten, right? It reminds us too to kind of wake up to the possibilities, say yes to the opportunities, right? Go outside that comfort zone, right? 3 of Wands. Okay. Remember, you're connected to so much more. All right. So soulmate, true love's finding you. It's a way to, it's way to you. Sorry. Let me start. Sorry about that. Okay. True love's finding a way to you, a new spiritual romance. Okay. So some sort of spiritual romance. I feel like I might be in one with 3i, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. I'm like all excited about this interstellar object. Okay. Take a chance and say yes, yes to that offer, yes to romance. Yes, you are ready for this. Butterflies, monarchs in particular, could mean something for you. I also have been getting yellow butterflies a lot lately. And then you have answers. So if you've been confused about a situation, a person, rest assured you will get the answers you seek. I get for some of you too, like connection has been hard. It's just not, it hasn't been clear. It's been very difficult here. But maybe, maybe luck will change here with these cards. All right, let's see what else. Let's get, yeah, what are we going to get? What are we going to get? Okay. When I think of 3i too, I think of High Priestess, Star card, right? Because the High Priestess is that mystery keeper, right? She's a guardian of intuition. She doesn't speak, but she just knows, right? So she's inviting us, I think, that energy of High Priestess and 3i combined would be asking us to trust and to again honor the sacredness of mystery, and the fact that this is an exciting time and it won't always be exciting as far as 3i anyway. All right, so a time of remembrance, of reflection, reflect on and rethink about, reevaluate your values. What do you hold near and dear? What do you want your legacy to be? What does it mean to be human, right? The environment responds to us. Maybe we manifested 3i, right? Who's to say? Like, why we don't have to be victims of life, right? We can be the one creating this, all of this reality right now. It's a shared reality. Are you ready to step up? Are you ready to lead with purpose, live with purpose if you don't feel that you are? All right. Yeah, 3i reminds me of, like I said, the Star card too, for obvious reasons, right? Anyway, so we have the Emperor. Okay, this is your time, your chance to step up, to lead. We just had that powerful full moon in Aries, our opposite sign. And here, well, actually, depending on where you are in the world, it's today, October 7th. But by the way, happy birthday. I know we have some people out there at October 7th. Happy birthday. And happy birthday this week. Okay, anywho, Aries energy with the Emperor. That was my point. This is about being in control. This is your first tarot card out. You have the ability and the power, the energy. You have it. You can lay those foundations. You can manifest. That's another thing. Like I said, magician energy, totally, with 3i. We're all just visiting, right? You have the King of Wands in reverse. Fire energy here in reverse. But you have the upright Emperor. I want you to remember that. But this is something about possibly having impossible expectations in some way. Something that just you're not going to be able to, you're not finding the motivation for something, right? You're just not feeling inspired. This is like not really having the energy. This is the opposite of Emperor in a way. It's just not really, I think, not really being in the driver's seat of life too. It's not really being in it. Okay. So maybe you've been feeling that way, but it can also be that you're dealing with some sort of overbearing energy, or that there are secrets to be revealed. Someone maybe even that you thought was your soulmate, you've maybe that can be a theme here, unfortunately, but yeah. All right. So what else do we have? So this is October. Okay. We're doing October first. Sorry. I should have said that. So for October. So powerful recalibration. And again, you may feel some sort of pressure, could be in a relationship, but the recalibration has to do with that changing your own luck. Okay. Again, everything you touch will turn to gold. And then hello, you get the Emperor. What? Amazing. What else? There, again, I'm hearing, believe it to receive it. Believe it. It sounds so cheesy, but it's like, that's what keeps coming in. Okay. so soulmate, so could be some sort of relationship troubles. Blame the full moon in Aries, I guess, right? I don't know. Because it can be a very fiery energy. There's some complexity to it. It feels like there could be conflict, miscommunication, impulsivity. People could just act without thinking, okay, or caring. That's kind of coming in. What else do we have? I did your full October reading plus an October bonus already, as well as a birthday reading. Okay. Oh my gosh, you have the Queen of Swords. These are all upside down. That's the problem here, but that's what that's meant to be. So we have the Queen of Swords in reverse with the King of Wands in reverse, right? Again, it makes me think of like fire and air partnership. Okay. It does kind of make me think, they're really great for each other until they're not, But this could be a sort of a cold hearted energy. You could be not forgiving in some way. And that is making you not be able to say yes to new opportunities because you could still be stuck in either indecision or just really not able to kind of feel or sort your way out of something. Okay, Libra? I'm sorry if that's you. All right. What do we have? What do we have? Okay, magician. What do you know, right? Magician. So, having all the resources, though, that's what's great about it, the fact it's coming in with answers. And what do they have generally? The magician has a book on the table. Well, at least I think so. Maybe they don't actually. They just have it inside their minds. I think I'm thinking of High Priestess. Anyway, they have the magician has all the resources there, though, right? They have the ace of every suit, and they look and hello, I said 3 reminds me of magician. Believing is receiving. As what is it? As above, so below, right? You're bringing it into reality. This is about you powerfully manifesting any sort of clarity that you need, right? Get that Queen of Swords up in the upright. King of Wands, passion, reverse, we want that upright. So this is resting assured. You're going to get that motivation. You're going to get that inspiration, Libra. This is October for you, all right? It is a time of harvest. You will be reaping the benefits of seeds planted. You'll be harvest. It's harvest time, really. We just had our harvest moon. Here we go. Let's get some. There's something here too about a truth, and somebody like kind of. There's something about that's like lacking credibility. So I'm not. It'll be what it is. Just only take what resonates, right? These are general readings, but there is something here about either you're not trusting your own abilities or there's something that's like someone's lacking credibility in their story they're telling maybe. Oh yeah, and you're done with that. There's the 10 of Swords. Painful ending maybe. All right, so I feel like you're moving on from some sort of could be some sort of controlling energy in some way, okay? You're freeing yourself. You're being freed from it. What else do we have? And then you have your new beginning though. And I do feel for a lot of you, like you're not going to be alone forever if you are leaving something. Okay. I don't feel like you're going to be alone forever. And I don't feel like you're, if you don't have employment, that you're just going to go on forever. You have this new beginning here, but we have to be optimistic. Okay. Remember we were getting from 3i, look up, right? Look up, like things are looking up. If you want things to look up, you've got to look up. It starts with you, right? This is definitely a card of hope, of taking that leap of faith. Yeah, you're probably going to make mistakes. There's challenges. There are pointy mountains here, okay? Those are challenges in tarot, right? We all make mistakes. It's part of the process. For say yes, Queen of Swords in reverse, you have the 7 of Wands. Keep at it. Keep at it. Things aren't always going to be murky, hazy, right? See, the clouds are going to part their ways and you're going to see clearly, right? And I think that full moon that we're having right now, that energy, it's bringing it in for you, okay? What else do we have? I do feel too with 3i, it's like, for some of us, it kind of does show that we are looking for more, right? We are really looking for more. Like there's got to be more than this. And for some of us, we just don't feel at home either with ourselves or where we are or on the planet, right? So it's kind of that energy of like really wanting something more. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need 3i for that. You can do that on your own. Whatever 3i is, like I said, it's a way to get us to reflect, right? Because on all the things we're talking about here, all the spiritual significance, and I know there are more, ways, right? There are other things that I haven't mentioned, but that's just what I was getting before this reading, okay? And then you have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is some sort of offer, something stable coming in. It's letting you know that there's a reliable offer. There's something dependable. And the fact that, Libra, you're making progress. It might be slow, but it's steady, right? You're manifesting slow change or something. Even if it's not slow, it's positive. It's something tangible. All right. So that's October. Let's get an animal card for October. We're going to move on to November, December. Spend about 10 minutes on that each month, probably. Let's see. I'm hearing a name that I don't hear often, and it's Darcy. Okay, so I am hearing Darcy. All right, so we have card 36. I always in my head say salmon. It's salmon, right? Presence, third eye chakra. Okay, this is don't worry about the future or the past. Embrace and enjoy this moment fully. Life happens now. Another message from 3i. As I said, we're all just passing through, just like 3i. And a number. 4, 5, 6, 7. Stay true to yourself. Stand firm as things change around you. And galactic angel messages. I hear a name like Luann too. Okay, one day you'll look back and see the big picture. Trust in the unknown. I don't feel 3i's here to hurt us, okay? So if that's something you've been worried about, I don't feel that, all right? I haven't felt anything bad. If I did, I'll tell you, okay? I'm not feeling that, though. You can probably hear it. I'm not feeling anything like that, okay? So that's that. Okay, move these over to the side. And now we shall move on. That's October. All right, so for November, I think I'll leave these out just because we don't want to get repeats, right? We wouldn't want the same cards. All right, but I'll keep all the tarot intact, okay? So now for November, this is a time of awakening, okay? I just had a jumper card. Oh my goodness, you have treasure. Look at that. Wow. So this is creative awakening. So on November 3rd, I think this is right. Now, you know, my research, well, again, so I'm not an astrologer, right? But November 3rd, 3i Atlas aligns with Venus, which is our ruling planet. And then Venus squares Jupiter and opposes Chiron. So apparently this could be a really powerful time for healing. All right, for healing for Libras, especially when it comes to creativity, because this is a theme. The theme for November, it seems like creative awakening and healing in some way. Maybe you're finding a new way to heal something. Maybe it's through creative expression. But there's also this vast, like, emotional expansion too. All right, so treasure, an unexpected windfall will soon be yours. You will feel you have it all. It's a very auspicious time. Now, Libra, for November, I want to remind you, the yearly reading I did, you had, for November, you and your loved ones are safe. All right, maybe it's financial security, but you and your loved ones are safe. You had the Ace of Wands, you had the Seven of Wands. Stay at it, right? Keep up with keep at it. You had the King of Cups. I saw a lotus blooming, and you had heart-centered. Okay, so that's what it was. There's some heart-centered time, and that's funny because I got that all the way at the beginning of the year, and now we have healing for November, and it's like matters of the heart. And again, right, 3i Atlas is glowing green, and it shouldn't be, from what some scientists are saying. Anyway, all right. Oh, I'm so excited. I swear it's bringing in this new energy that's like very uplifting, I feel. All right. Oh my goodness. And then you have fertility. Hello. This is a perfect time to start new projects, fall in love, change jobs, give birth to a new abundant life. Wow. 3i Atlas is delivering some treasure, some abundance, some new information. I feel because it's awakening your creativity. It's awakening this desire to really heal on a soul level, All right, what else do we have, please, for the lovely Libras? If you enjoy this reading, please hit that like button for me. Thank you so much. Subscribe. If you're here regularly, would you please subscribe? I'd appreciate it. Like the video, leave a comment. I already said that. All right. Okay, Libra. Speaking of November, I'll probably be opening back up to personal readings in November. So, oh my gosh, look at all these. You have a whole little story right here, okay? So, frenemies, stop, sexuality, a new dawn, round and round. Okay, so when it comes to this is about being careful with what you share, okay? Especially if it's something very near and dear to you. Maybe it's about your abundance and what you want to bring in. Be careful what you share, okay? There's something here about righting an imbalance, how to right a wrong, something that's been off. It's like kind of righting that energy, okay? So it says the conditions are not safe to continue on that path, so allow the universe to right the imbalance. Then you have sexuality here. This says right on it, hot cosmic energy. Maybe three guys bringing in some hot cosmic energy. Embrace your sexual nature, experience divine bliss, and link your wild glow power to hot cosmic energy. Holy moly, 3i, I had not looked at it like that. But I guess, guess we're making that leap. Okay, we have a new dawn here, Libra. Yes, I feel this is absolutely connected to your creative expression. All right, so some of you have the worst is behind you. All right, exciting new experiences are on the horizon. And I think for a lot of you, it does have to do with creative expression and your talents. Okay. And then you have round and round. Here we go. We're round and round. Here we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. Okay. So this is about giving attention to situations that keep repeating themselves. There's a lesson here that you're resisting to learn, possibly. Okay. That has to do with this like frenemy thing. Okay. And then we have pampering. Okay. So another theme is pampering. So make time to pamper yourself, rest, have a moment of stillness to relax and restore your body and mind. Yeah. And take a heart-centered approach with something or someone, not at the expense of like something, no, not at your own detriment or anything, but all right. So some of you could be cutting close ties. It could be, or you could be forming new ties. And there's that magician again. Yippee. You'll be jumping for joy, some of you, because you're manifesting treasure. You're manifesting abundance. You're manifesting a windfall. What else do we have? Okay, that really leapt right out of there. And there it is. If you didn't believe me, maybe the Queen of Pentacles here will convince you of that. There's the Queen of Prosperity right there. This is opportunity. This is security. And you're taking care of practical matters too. If things haven't been paying, you're going to right that balance here. You're going to right the scale. That's actually, remember you had you're going to right any imbalance. And I think it could have to do with your pentacles. Pentacles can have to do with, time, effort, even. It's all your resources, right? Not just money, not just health. All right. What else? You have the Ace of Swords. Boom. There it is. You get some clarity here. You're getting some clarity here, and this is going to allow you to really co-create, coexist, or what is it like? Co-create with the universe here. Yep, big clarity, and I think because there's that full moon there, I feel as though this is possibly when it's happening. Some of you could feel too a little attacked by someone's words. Okay, so I'm just letting you know, I have to give you the caution stuff too, right? But you could feel in November, there's something here that almost like someone trying to get you going, right, with their words, instigate a little bit. So you may be reshuffling things too here, and then you have the Lover's card here, yeah. So this is about your choice of what and who you want to align yourself with. And Libra, this is about self-love too. Putting yourself first, right? That's a part of November, needing to put yourself first. I'm going to do a full November reading, of course, a full December reading, right? Of course, you'll have your 2026 forecast too, but for now, I wanted to do a quick little what's coming up. All right. armadillo. Card 1, energy protection, Earth Star Chakra. Are you feeling sensitive to harsh energies? Remember to shield yourself. Ask your angels to guard and protect you, and trust you are safe. Maybe ask 3i, right? Never know. Never know what it is, right? So, all right. Who knows if we'll ever know for sure? And we'll, I'm okay with that. I don't have to know everything. Reconnecting to your past to unlock your future so you can heal and move forward. Yeah, like I said, it's a month of deep healing. Creative awakening, deep healing. Very heart-centered times. And you have 2020. So a sign of peace within. So keep calm as you transition into a new life, Libra. That's what we have for that one for November. Okay. Let's see what else. Yeah, there's a take charge moment too. I'm hearing right now, clairaudiently. Okay. There is some sort of take charge kind of attitude. And maybe that's, I don't know if that's for November or December. Okay. We're going to get into it and we'll figure that out. You did, because you had some cards which could indicate that, like the Magician and even Ace of Swords. I went through November kind of quickly, but I'm trying to be mindful of the fact that people don't have hours to watch readings, right? Well, maybe you do, but all right. What do we have? I just heard randomly, clairaudiently, someone's got to get their car washed. Okay. Oh, all right. We have support and blooming. Good. So this is December, someone will enter your life to help you who has potential to become someone significant in your life. And you have blooming. You're not meant to shrink down to less, but to blossom into more. Bloom and spark with no holding back. Wait a minute. For November, do you remember I said we had lotus blooming? Yeah, I think we had this card for November when I did the yearly. And now in December, you have this blooming. That's a lot. That's interesting. So there could be, November, December, it can obviously be connected. So they literally are connected, right? They're neighbors. Anyway, yeah. So something could be, well, this feels like, we'll call this the December, the month of a celestial spotlight. You know why? Because that's when 3i becomes visible again. And it's going to coincide with a whole parade featuring Jupiter, Saturn, Venus, Mars, right? So this is a very much a guiding light kind of moment. And I actually have this deck that I'm going to use called Guiding Light. And I don't think I've used it on the channel, but yeah. So it's a guiding light moment. So there's going to be clarity. There's a sense of divine timing. Something could feel rather serendipity. And there's a cosmic affirmation too. I'm going to give you some tips, Libra, too, about how to handle each month. All right. In fact, I can do that now. For October, I would say, because it's about this sort of invisible shift and behind the scenes kind of recalibration and shedding outdated beliefs and stuff, I think you should use the time possibly to reflect, journal, do some intuitive work, right? Little chakra alignment stuff too. For October, I would say, or November, I would say creative expression, anything where you feel creative, connecting to beauty, nature. Okay. You could find your intuition's really sharp. So maybe try some automatic writing or pull some cards for yourself. And for December, I would say set some intentions as far as what kind of peace you want to bring in to close out the year. What sort of solutions did not come to you? Maybe just kind of tuning in and tapping into your own spirituality to find some resolution. And it's a great time for, end of year rituals. Reiki, of course, is always a good time for Reiki, but setting your intentions about, your new year too. So it's forward moving kind of energy. It's like something that was maybe stalled will move forward. So you have wealth. That's great. Okay. Wealth. think you're going to be seeing a way. Okay, there's new financial opportunities that will help you achieve long-term success. And you have angelic help here. And top of the deck, hobbies. All right. So blooming and support came out together, if you remember. So maybe you have like a budding friendship since there's blooming and support. Libra for December. Getting my months all mixed up. Oh, look. Yeah, okay. So you have something coming in here. Oh, yes. Okay. This is about oh my goodness. So I think that your clairs are going to be opening up. Your intuitive abilities, psychic abilities are going to be incredible for the month of December. Really, that's what I'm feeling with it. This is like that, and just like, whew, yeah. And if you want to clear some energy out, move some energy out, yeah. Whatever you're going to be doing spiritually, I think that's going to energetically, I think you have the potential here to really move past something. You're going to get a lot of insight. Be mindful of your intentions, though, because your energy is very powerful in December. I did not expect that, actually. This is good. This is really good. I guess it makes sense, right? With 3i coming back in and that whole planetary lineup, right? Oh. Actually, let's get us a little, let's use that guiding light. It's by Kelly T. Smith. So guiding light, give us a little bit of info as far as December, okay? Freedom of choice card too. So your choices are yours to make. Don't allow others to make your choices for you. Yep. Okay. Good. And that's, so even if you have someone supporting you in some way or someone coming in offering support, you don't have to take it, right? Especially if it feels intrusive in any way. All right. So that's just a little something to kind of tuck away and maybe make note of. What else do we have, please? Ooh. So you have the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Lovers. Now, okay, because something doesn't work out or because you make a misstep or a mischoice or, whatever you want to call it, you might make a choice and then you're like, oh no, I went against my intuition, right? Queen of Cups in reverse. Or you trusted what you thought was your intuition and it didn't quite work out. Okay, there's just some sort of insecurity regarding a choice, and it could have to do about like with big picture stuff even. Okay, just be aware of that. It could have to do with a financial choice that you made too. Okay, so let's see, let's get a little advice on that. Let's get some guiding light on that. Oh, wow. It's like really something kind of heavy, I'm feeling exhaustion. So be mindful of burnout, right? Holidays for a lot of people. But you have Supernova card 40. So an aspect of your personality or ego self must die to make way for a new shiny star to be born. And that could help you with wealth. And that has more to do with not just financial opportunities, but overall long-term success, like life success. For angelic help, you have angels who are near, ready to assist you in your growth, accomplishing your divine life purpose. What else? What do we have? You have the Two of Wands. I think for a lot of you, it's just simply stated, being ready for that next step, but not being sure if you should take it, or if you should take a hold of whatever this opportunity is coming in. Yeah, you're going to be really definitely looking into your own intuition. Get a card on that. Blame game, card 27. So it's time to take ownership of the life you're creating. That is Two of Wands, right? Well, it's like they haven't come up with a plan yet. And yeah, it's great to call upon our guides, but we still have to do work, right? We want to show them we mean it, right? So you could be asked to kind of prove that you want something or feeling that way. Oh yeah. And then there's the Three of Swords in reverse. Now, this can be recovery, right? This can be moving on. It can be healing. It can be letting you know, Libra, that the worst is over. The worst of something is over. And there's the Page of Wands. Yep. The worst is over. And then here's this message of inspiration. Now, it's not a guarantee, but it's saying, hey, get excited. You're free now. There's some sort of freedom that's coming along with this. You're being released from some sort of heartache. Hobbies for Libra. It says hobbies are a great way to distract you from worries and troubles, create a roadmap, and turn your hobby into a side hustle. And now we have 3 of Wands. Maybe it has to do with travel, all right, too, because this is a card about an opportunity, though, being on the horizon, some sort of expansion. You're looking ahead, right? This is growth. Maybe you're turning a hobby into a side hustle, as it says. That's a possibility. All right. This card too. Reaching out, card 50. So it's time to reach out and ask for help. Okay, so to your angels or maybe someone else, because again, December, there is some support here that you may not be expecting. Now, animal cards. We're almost done, almost ready to close out this reading. Here we go. Wolf. Avatar, card 45. Crown chakra. You are a divine being, so much more majestic than you could ever imagine. Embrace your true greatness. Your leadership power serves many. And galactic angel message, please. Please take off. Oh my goodness. I have a chill. Do you remember I said in the channel messages that please take off the blindfold? You can't ignore something any longer came in. Well, look what you have. Chills, Libra. Please take off the blindfold and see the truth in front of you. What's coming with it? Laughter's key. Find the humor, take a lighthearted approach. And reconnect with nature. You'll discover a spiritual connection. We're going to do one more. Take a break. Meditate. Cleanse your body, mind, and spirit. Get ready for that new year then, right? And the bottom two. The bottom one, just this one. Things are not how they appear. Your angels see from above. They see a very different perspective, right? And I'm thinking about like 3 eyes perspective. Are you making yourself proud? Not to put pressure on you, but like, are you happy? How are you doing? Are you happy? 99, sign of leadership. Inspire and lead by your higher perspective. What? Another card about perspective. It's all about perspective, right? You have control over how you see the world. You don't have control over what happens in it all the time, but you have control over your perspective. All right, here's what we have for you, Libra. That is October, November, December with a little 3-eye atlas infusion there. So thanks so much for being here. You know how to show support.